In this video, I'll go over how to use beading needles. These needles aren't really quite like the needles that we're all used to, with a very, very small eye that uses a different technique to thread a piece of cording through. This is a type of beading needle that actually has a very large eye to it, and it's there for a specific use. We sell two types of carded bead cord, nylon and silk. The great thing about this bead cording is that there is a needle that is already attached to the cording, and it's nice and tight. This flexible needle on the end allows you to be able to do all sorts of different work, from bead weaving to pearl knotting and everything in between. Well, when you're through doing your project, chances are you'll wind up cutting away your cord. This is what your end will eventually look like after a while if the end isn't burned off. Even if the end is burned off with this thread burner WX514. Chances are the end of your cording will be too big to fit through a standard needle. This is where this beading needle comes into play. This beading needle can be used not only just for this nylon and silk carded cord, it can be used for any type of stringing material that you need to thread a needle onto. This is how you use it. Simply take the end of the cord through the loop at the end of the beading needle, like so. This also works out great for cording that's been burned off with that thread burner, because even though the end won't fray like this, there still may be a bit of melted nylon or silk here at the end of this cord, which allows it to maybe not pass through smaller eyes of needles. So now I have my cording through the needle, and to secure it, simply take your chain nose pliers, and you'll close the eye on that needle nice and tight. Now this flexible needle is ready to use in your project. And when you're done and you need to release the rest of the cording, take your chain nose pliers again. You'll simply grab the loop and open it back up slightly so that you can back your cording out, and it's ready for another use. The downside to these beading needles is that you might be able to use it twice, but not more than that. The wire gauge used for these needles is so fine that it can't take the stress of being open and closed multiple times. These beading needles do come in 3 different gauges. There's fine, medium, like this one, item number BN200, or heavy. Any of them will suit your project needs.